Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai.
Jai
Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai.
Jai
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai
Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki
Jai
Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
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 Hare
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 Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, welcome to today's Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita reading. We are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila. Madhya Lila, Chapter 1, the later pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this first chapter is the synopsis. So in this synopsis, we read so far about the last thing that we read was Mahaprabhu's meeting with Rupa and Sanatan Goswamis in Ramkeli. And after blessing them and asking all the Vaishnavas also to show their mercy to the two brothers and reassuring the brothers that very soon they would be delivered by Lord Krishna. The Lord told them to now go back. Now his visit to Ramkeli is, the purpose of his visiting to Ramkeli is accomplished. It's fulfilled. So you go back. At that time, after taking permission from all the sages and not sages, all the devotees. So there's Nityananda Prabhu, there is Gadadhar Pandit, there is Srivas Thakur, Mukunda, Vakreshwar Pandit, like this. All these devotees, great exalted devotees. So Rup Sanatan Goswami went and offered obeisances to each one of them, took permission from them to go back. They had one request to make of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they said, we want to make one request. So what was the request? Yeah, first they offered again, let me see, I think they again offered obeisances to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at his lotus feet. Or they said that, give us, please give us attachment to your lotus feet. Let me see. 228. So, yes, so all of them congratulated. Then after begging permission from all the Vaishnavas, 221, the two brothers at that time, they humbly submitted something at the lotus feet of the Lord. Yes, so yeah, they directly made that request. Yeah, so this is afterwards. offering prayers at the lotus feet of the Lord. This happened after they requested. Okay. So uh, the two of them, they said, we have one humble submission to make at your lotus feet. Already we saw the nature of their humility, extremely humble, right? In that humility, they are requesting Mahaprabhu. They said that, um, yes, this Nawab is very respectful to you, no doubt, but you don't have any business here. Yes, you don't have any business in this place. So we suggest that you leave this place immediately. You don't have any more business here. Because the Lord Himself said, I came here to meet the two of you. So you have met us, so the purpose is fulfilled. Now don't stay here anymore. Just leave immediately. Even though this Nawab is the king of this Bengal, is very respectful to you, still you leave immediately. Why? Because he belongs to the Muslim Jati or the Yavana Jati. So you cannot trust, right? Today he's very respectful, tomorrow he can change his mind. You never know. That's one point. Even though he's very respectful, you should leave right away because he belongs to this Yavana Jati. The next thing is also, it is not the system. When you go to on pilgrimage to Vrindavan, it is not the system to go with Laksha Koti, right? Like many, practically billions of people. One crore, I said, is 10 million. So 100,000 of 10 million. How many is that? Many. So going with so many people, such big crowds on pilgrimage to Vrindavan is not advisable. This is not the system, right? This is not the system. So on that, Srila Prabhupada gave purport that people actually make lucrative business of taking people, like groups of people on pilgrimage, as a means of making profit, collecting money from them. So Mahaprabhu said, I'm sorry, Srila Prabhupada is saying that Rupa Goswami taking excuse of this situation is giving an instruction how one should not, although it is a lucrative business, yes, you can make money by that, but you should not do this like that. You shouldn't go in big numbers simply because you want to make money. Make this a business. You shouldn't go to places of pilgrimage. Of course, Mahaprabhu is not doing it for that purpose, but taking that situation as an excuse, Rupa Goswami is giving an instruction to all of us. And who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself. Uh, Does he fear the Nawab that I have to leave immediately, otherwise the Nawab is going to attack me or something? Does he fear? Just like Krishna went to, as soon as he was born, he was taken by Nanda Maharaj to Gokul. So was Krishna fearing, oh, if Kamsa comes to know that I'm born, he's going to kill me. I'm still a baby. I won't be able to protect myself. Is that Krishna's concern? Krishna is Krishna. It doesn't matter whether he's a small baby or a youth. He's always the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the supremely powerful. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. But still, when he comes to this world, he follows the Laukika, Laukika Dharma, right? So the Dharma that is followed within this world, he follows it. Why? यद्यद् आचरति श्रेष्ठस्तत्तद् एवेतरो जनः सयत् pramanam kurute lokastad anuvartate. Whatever a great man performs, common men follow. And whatever standard that he sets, example that he sets by his personal example, whatever standard he sets, the whole world will pursue. That is why it's a greater responsibility of the leader to behave properly, because there are so many who are watching a leader and taking example from the leader. So that is why Mahaprabhu, even though he's a supreme personality of Godhead, he has no fear of anyone. When Rupa Goswami told him, you should leave this place immediately, even though this king is very favorable to you, then he decided, uh, it is said that now he desired, right? Unka man ho gaya, like that it is said. He desired now to, I want to leave this place now. I want to go elsewhere, like that. And meanwhile, Rup Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, after saying this, they offered prayers at the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu and they went back to their residence. And the next day morning, Mahaprabhu felt that now I want to go to some other place. So he continued, headed on. So he went to Kanayir Natashala. Kanayir Natashala. Kanayir Natashala means there, Srila Prabhupada said, actually there are many places like this in Bengal. Kanayir Natashala means where Krishna's pastimes are depicted in the form of pictures or in the form of dioramas, like that. So Mahaprabhu arrived at that place. The next day morning he left, and then while traveling he came to that place. So that's where we stopped yesterday. And Srila Prabhupada had given a nice purport on that verse about Kanayir Natashala. So we finished this. Prate chali aila Prabhu Kanayira Natashala Dekhila Sakalataha Krishna Charitra Leela. And he came there and he saw Lord Krishna's Leela pastimes depicted in the form of pictures or dioramas. It's very popular in Bengal. You see the pastimes demonstrated in the form of dioramas, like that. But it's not just one place. Kanayar Natashala is wherever you find this, that's called Kanayar Natashala, where there's a depiction of Krishna's pastime. Next, text 228. Sei ratre prabhutaha chinte mone mona sange sanghatta bhalo nahe koila sanatana. That night, the Lord considered Sanatan Goswami's proposal that he should not go to Vrindavan, followed by so many people. So the first request by Rup Sanatan Goswami's was that you leave this place immediately. That Mahaprabhu did. He left. What was the second request? Don't go in crowds. So Mahaprabhu left the next morning, left that place immediately the next morning. And then after going to Kanai Natashala, there now he's thinking, oh, Sanatan Goswami said that I should not travel with crowds. He's considering that. That night, right? So the next night, the Lord considered Sanatan Goswami's proposal that he should not go to Vrindavan, followed by so many people. We saw how there were like crowds and crowds of people. Simply, like it was obvious to everyone, right? There were like billions of people, billions. Mathura jaiba ami eta loka sange কিছু সুখ না পাইব হবে রসস ভঙ্গে হবে রস ভঙ্গে. So Mathura jaibo ami eta loka sange. If I go to Mathura with so many people, কিছু সুখ না পাইব হবে রস ভঙ্গে, right? So you go to Vrindavan, it's the highest type of meditation, right? Like yogis, yoginam api sarvesham madgate nantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam samayukta tamo mata. The topmost yogi, what do yogis do? They are meditating on their object of meditation, whether Paramatma or Bhagwan form, or yogis are meditating, or impersonal Brahman. They are all meditating. Meditation means what? Ekagra, right? Complete focus on that object of meditation. So devotee, he is the highest yogi. So that means his meditation is constantly on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And yoga means pulling the mind away from everything else, focusing on one point, your object. So when you go to Vrindavan, what is the idea? You want to fully focus on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not get distracted by family affairs or shopping or whatever else, other things. When you go to Vrindavan, you want to simply be completely focused on Krishna, be Krishna conscious. Now what to speak of when you go with billions of people, right? So Mahaprabhu is saying here, what is he thinking, contemplating? Mahaprabhu is contemplating, Mathura jaibo ami eta loka sange kichu sukha na paibo. Right? There won't be any, there won't be any happiness, right, in going with so many people, because hobe rasa bhange, it's a disturbance in the atmosphere. When I go with so many people, my rasa, right, that meditation will be disturbed with so many people. Hobe rasa bhange. Translation: the Lord thought, if I go to Mathura with such crowds behind me, it would not be a very happy situation, for the atmosphere would be disturbed, isn't it? Also, Vrindavan's atmosphere. Vrindavana, Vana means forest. Vrinda means Vrinda Devi, right? Tulsi. So it's a forest, but you go with so many people, and then all the people they need, you need to feed them, so you have to cook, and they go to shops, so you need to have shops, and toilets, and what else, right? Residential quarters, so many things. It's going to be a busy place, right? It'll just disturb the atmosphere if we go with so many people. Hmm. So the Lord thought, if I go to Mathura with such crowds behind me, it would not be a very happy situation, for the atmosphere would be disturbed. Purport: Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu confirms that visiting a holy place like Vrindavan with so many people is simply disturbing. He would not find the happiness he desired by visiting such holy places in that way. So Mahaprabhu is confirming this. Yeah. एकाकी जाइबो किंवा संगे एक जन तबे से शोभये वृंदावने रे गमना. So what did the Lord decide? The Lord concluded that he would go alone to Vrindavan, or at most would take only one person as his companion. In that way, going to Vrindavan would be very pleasant. Yes. So if I go, so now this time I won't go. He went up to Kanai Natashala, sorry. He went up to Kanai Natashala, and then he decided, he thought about what Sanatan Goswami said, that you shouldn't go with so many crowds. And it's true. If I go there, it's just going to disturb the whole atmosphere of Vrindavan. There won't be any happiness. The purpose for which you're going to Vrindavan won't be fulfilled. So this time I won't go. I won't go. If I go to Vrindavan, I will go alone. I won't go with all these people. I will go alone. At most, maybe with one more person, but not more than that. Mm. Yeah. In that way, going to Vrindavan would be very pleasant. It would be very pleasant. Etachinti pratah kale Ganga snana kori Nila chale jabo boli chalila gaurahari. So he came to Bengal. What did he do in Bengal? So this is the Supreme Lord. He's completely independent. He left Puri, Jagannath Puri, saying that I'll go to Mathura. Actually, first he remembered Ganga Devi. He wanted to spend some time with Ganga Devi. So he came to Bengal. And in Bengal, he was in Vidyanagar. And he was kind of hiding in Vidya Vachaspati's house. But how can you hide the sun? So then everybody came to know. And they all crowded. Again, so many people crowded there. Then Mahaprabhu, without telling anyone, left that place without even telling Vidya Vachaspati. He went to Kulyagram, which is modern day Navadvip. And there, like Devananda Pandit, Gopal Chapal, those who had offended him uh, in the past, when he was in the Grihastha ashram, they all begged for forgiveness and he forgave them. And from there, this Narsimananda Brahmachari could see, he was meditating and preparing the path for Mahaprabhu to go. He saw that Mahaprabhu is not going to go to Vrindavan this time. I'm not able to make a path for him in my mind. Only up to Kanai Natashala. After that, he is not going to move forward. That means he's still in Bengal. He didn't go to Vrindavan. So exactly that's what happened. From there, Mahaprabhu went to Ramkeli, met with Rup Sanatan Goswamis. They requested him not to travel with crowds, and also they said, leave this place immediately. So he went up to Kanai Natashala. He contemplated on what Sanatan Goswami said and decided, yes, it's true. If I go to Vrindavan, I should go alone. Otherwise, there is no happiness in going to Vrindavan. Deciding like this, he turned around and now he headed back to Jagannath Puri. He came only up to Kanai Natashala and he went back to Jagannath Puri. Thinking like this, the Lord took his morning bath in the Ganges and started for Nilachal, saying, I shall go there. Nilachale Jabo Boli, Chalila Gaurahari. I'll go to Nilachal. And he left. E mata chali chali aila Shantipure. Dina Pacha Sata Rahila Acharyara Ghare. Like this. So this is again, right? This is again from, because he started off from Jagannath Puri. And now again, once again, first time when he took sannyas, then also he went to Shantipur. He went to Advaita Acharya's home, and Sachi Mata had come and like that immediately after taking sannyas. This is the second time. So he said, I'm going to go to Nilachal. Ei mata chali chali aila Shantipure. Like this, walking, he came to Shantipur. Dina pacha sata rahila Acharya Gare. He stayed for 5 to 7 days in Advaita Acharya's house. Walking and walking, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived at Shantipur and remained at the house of Advaita Acharya for 5 to 7 days. Sachi Devi Anitare Koila Namaskara Sata Dina Tarathai Bhiksha Vyavahara. Taking this opportunity, Sri Advaita Acharya sent for Mother Sachi Devi and she remained at his house for 7 days to prepare the meals for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, devotees also, when Sachi Mata, she would also request, right? You people still see Mahaprabhu when you go to Puri every year and you see him there, but I don't get to see him. If he comes here, that's the only time I get to see my son. And she's the mother, right? She's the person who's at the greatest loss, materially and spiritually. Of course, Sachimata and Vishnupriya. So she said, while he's here, please let me cook for him every day. Let me cook all his meals as long as he's here in Shantipur. So devotees also were more than happy to allow Sachimata to cook. So Advaita Acharya, when Mahaprabhu came, he immediately called for Sachimata, and then she stayed there for as long as Mahaprabhu stayed, and she cooked for him. Yeah, for 7 days to prepare the meals for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Advaita Acharya himself is an expert cook. Advaita Acharya and his consort Sita Thakurani, right? There are some pastimes about their cooking. They are experts. But for Sachimata, they made Sachimata cook all the meals. Tara agya loya punaha korila gamane vinaya koriya vidaya dila bhakta gane. Taking permission from his mother, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then started for Jagannath Puri. When the devotees followed him, he humbly begged them to remain and bade them all farewell. How can anyone let Mahaprabhu leave them, right? It's like your soul leaving your body. Even worse than that, actually. Even worse than that for the devotees. So when Mahaprabhu, after staying with them for 5 days, 7 days, now when Mahaprabhu is going going back to Jagannath Puri, the devotees are following him. They were not like he's walking, they're walking with him. So many, like Lord Ramchandra, when he was going to the forest, the whole city of Ayodhya was going with him. They kept going actually. They kept going, crossed the river, they just kept going with him. So, like that. Even when Lord Krishna would leave Hastinapur, the Pandavas, they just kept going. And finally, the Lord had to request them, you stay back here now. Thank you. Now I'll go by myself. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going back to Jagannath Puri, and all the devotees, they kept going with him. And then Mahaprabhu finally begged them, please, you stay back. Like that. Begged them. So, Lord Chaitanya then started for Jagannath Puri. When the devotees followed him, he humbly begged them to remain. And then he said goodbye, bade farewell to all of them. Not goodbye, Haribol. Jana dui sange ami jabo nila chale amare miliba asi ratha yatra kale. How did he convince them? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, although requesting all the devotees to go back, allowed 2 people to follow him. Yeah, because they will be pacified. It's not just about being with Mahaprabhu themselves, that is certainly there, but even more, they have concern for Mahaprabhu. What will he eat? Because he's always in ecstasy, he faints, and then anything can happen, right? foreign land. So they are concerned out of their affection, right? They are concerned. So they want Mahaprabhu to have at least one or two servants if he needs, because he's going to walk. It's going to take days. Somebody has to go and beg for some bhoga, right? Prepare food, like that. And he's not in external consciousness. How he'll take care of himself, like that. So they were concerned. So Mahaprabhu allowed, although he told everyone else to stay back, he allowed two people to go with him. This would pacify the devotees. So, although he requesting all the devotees to go back, return to their homes, he allowed two people to follow him. He requested all the devotees to come to Jagannath Puri and meet him during the Rath Yatra, car festival. Yeah, you'll come and see me during Rath Yatra. Now you go, like that. Balabhadra Bhattacharya, Ara Pandita Damodara, Dui Jana Sange Prabhu, Aila Nilachala. Who were the two devotees with whom Mahaprabhu went to Jagannath Puri, or who were the two devotees that he allowed to go with him? Balabhadra Bhattacharya and Pandit Damodar Pandit. Damodar Pandit and Balabhadra Bhattacharya were the two devotees that Mahaprabhu allowed to travel with him to Jagannath Puri. The two persons who accompanied Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Jagannath Puri Nilachal were Balabhadra Bhattacharya and Damodar Pandit. Dina koto tahar rahi chalila vrindavana, lukaya chalila ratre na jane kona jana. Dina koto tahar rahi chalila vrindavana, lukaya chalila ratre na jane kon jan. After remaining at Jagannath Puri for a few days, the Lord secretly started for Vrindavan at night. He did this without anyone's knowledge. So that's the thing. First attempt he made to go to Vrindavan, crowds and crowds were following him, and he decided, next time I will go alone. So he came back to Jagannath Puri with Balabhadra Bhattacharya, Damodar Pandit were there. He came to Jagannath Puri. He stayed for a few days, and without informing anyone, one night, secretly, silently, he just left for Vrindavan, it is said. So that this time he will go alone. After remaining at Puri for a few days, the Lord secretly started for Vrindavan at night. He did this without anyone's knowledge. So the rest we will read on Monday. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow we will read Caitanya Bhagavat. And also yesterday it was my mistake. I'll tell you why it was a mistake. Actually, locally they are celebrating Deepavali today, but ISKCON calendar for us also it is on Sunday. So our Deepavali is on Sunday only, not on Saturday. And Govardhan Puja is also on Monday. So we will read on Sunday.
Choti Deepavali and Badi Deepavali they have, no?
Choti.
That's
Oh,
what they say, no?
Kali
Kali
Puja is
Puja is the
today.
first day. Yeah. And the next day is Choti Diwali or Badi
Oh,
Diwali.
acha acha, like that.
Dhanteras.
Dhanteras. Okay, so that is
Dhanteras is
today.
also there. So in Kolkata, what we do is we show um, 24 lamps, no, 12 lamps, 12, 20, 14, sorry, 14 lamps, 3 days. Actually, in the Kali Puja, before Kali Puja is that it's called Bhut Chaturdashi. So it's Chaturdashi, So
Yes. Today
yeah,
is Chaturdasi. Yeah.
Chaturdashi, So that's when
So
ghosts come.
that's the point. You said before Kali Puja is Chaturdasi, you're saying.
Yes,
So Kali
before
Puja
Kali
is Deepavali day then. That is Amavasya.
Amavasya is Kali Puja actually.
So that is the actual Deepavali day. Deepavali comes on Amavasya.
Yes, actual Deepavali, and then after that there is another Deepavali that is called Chota Deepavali, Chota
So
Diwali.
that will be on Govardhan Puja then.
Yeah, must be.
Hmm.
But for us, I don't know. Sunday is the Diwali, no?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then,
yeah.
yeah. So
Monday
anyway,
Puja.
3 days is we show
Fest.
the 14 diyas actually. That's
Acha,
what.
all 3 days, 14 days each day. 14 lamps each day.
14, yeah, because the Bhut Chaturdashi, they say that ghosts come out.
Acha,
So
acha.
that's why you
Hmm.
show lamp to God, and you put diya in everywhere so you don't keep any shadow or any dark spot in the
I
house.
see. Okay, that's the story behind. Okay.
Yeah.
And also, I think they come out like, are they like the associates of, because Kali Puja they do, right? Like the
Yes, yes,
associates.
yes, yeah.
Oh,
So interestingly, Mataji, during this time only, the Mexican also they have that their ghost thing. No, what do they call? They call something.
Halloween?
No, no,
Halloween.
Halloween is Halloween. Also comes. No,
That's
they
past
have
already.
this thing they where Mexicans they worship their ancestors.
Thanksgiving.
No, 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 Mexicans. Huh?
Mexicans, I don't know.
Day of the Dead, it's called. You can search in Google. So they have Day of the Dead where they worship the ancestors.
Acha, Day
So
of the Dead.
yeah, that also falls in this time, during this time. It's a big festival they follow.
I
So
see.
everything, see, in the ghost related thing, everything happens during this time only.
Okay, I'll end
Okay.
here. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Mangalarti
Hare
time.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.